Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Alt Kings podcast. I'm your host, Tate, and today I have the pleasure of speaking with Ovation Network and their co-founder, Maanav Porwal. How you doing today, Maanav?
I'm doing great. Glad to be here, Tate.
Very happy to have you. Ovation is a Web3 social platform that brings intelligent profiles, personalized portfolios, and a blockchain-enabled UI to a unified NFT social experience. Before we dive deeper, who are you and what inspired the creation of Ovation? That had a rhyme.
Yeah, so I started my NFT journey back in 2020. I started doing Bitcoin tokenomics research with a few Ivy League students when I was younger. After doing a little bit of that, I started getting more interested into the NFT field, the crypto field, and that's when I started trading Solana NFTs. The big 2021 bull run hype, buying pretty much
Yep.
any and every single project. Was doing that, and then I thought, why don't I just create my own NFT project that has proper utility? So I ended up creating my own collection called the Addercast back in 2022. Sold that out within 7 minutes. It was a
Nice.
free mint. Did about $40,000 in volume within 2 weeks, so pretty decent success. And then I was like, you know what? NFT holders have to jump from three different platforms every single day, like the degens, right? They have to hop from Twitter to OpenSea to Discord, Twitter to learn about the new projects, OpenSea to buy the project or secondary market, and then Discord to grind a whitelist spot or try to understand what's going on. Because of all those issues, I thought, why don't I just create a platform that entails everything? Something that fulfills the needs of all the NFT ecosystem users on a daily basis. And that's when Ovation was created. Imagine if OpenSea, Twitter, and Discord had a Web3 baby, that would be us in a nutshell.
Nice. That's awesome. And I think it's a great way to incubate everything. And it's a smart approach. And I've seen other platforms out there that are building somewhat similar to the same thing as yours. I'm curious to know, is yours only one network specific or are you cross chain compatible?
Yeah, so we are multi-chain compatible and we're
Nice.
utilizing layer 0 technology to do that. So you'd be able to take your NFT from the Ethereum space and then bridge it over to Arbitrum and with no
Nice.
issues. Yeah, you'll be paying a few fees here and there. It's going to be multi-chain compatible. Yes.
Nice. So, how does Ovation's user interface cater to NFT enthusiasts and artists? And what makes it unique compared to other platforms?
Yeah, definitely. So let's dive deep into four main components of Ovation. Correct. We have the socialize to earn model, which is Twitter. We have our peer-to-peer marketplace, which is our OpenSea. We have a AI integrated community engagement chat, so which is your Discord, and last but not least, something new called personalized portfolio. So let's dive into the first part, Twitter. So what's different from us compared to Twitter? On Twitter, you need about 5 million to 15 million impressions to start earning money as a content creator. However, on Ovation, you just need one impression and you can start earning cryptocurrency based off of that. So
Nice.
there's no restrictions whatsoever, and users can monetize their content without having to worry about getting 5 to 15 million impressions, which is ridiculous, I feel like. In addition to that, Twitter also does not cater towards Web3 businesses in terms of advertisements. Since we have wallet information using Morales API and your wallet statistics, we can figure out what I guess genre in the NFT space you are. So if there a metaverse company comes to us, hey, we want to run a 4 week campaign on Ovation. Okay, we're going to cater these 50,000 users that have interest in the metaverse, and we'll show your ads to them specifically. Something you really can't do on Twitter. So imagine Facebook ads, but a whole NFT Web3 twist to it. Now we can move on to the OpenSea part. So it's called a peer-to-peer marketplace, right? On OpenSea, you buy an NFT, that's about it. Customer service is terrible. You can't really do much. You can actually sell your NFT to me and I can text you, like kind of bargain with you. Imagine like a Poshmark or a Facebook marketplace. Okay, Tate, you're selling your board ape for $50,000, right? I can offer you $30,000 and one doodle NFT. Do you want to do that offer? So we can trade and go back and forth. Next, we have our community engagement chat. Now, think of Discord, but something much simpler. The issue with Discord is usually that there's so many different chats, and users tend to get confused on which chat should I really go into, or which one is really going to help me understand the value of the project. In our hubs, you're going to just be able to have 5 to 7 different simple chats. You can text, general announcements, all the basic stuff. But the twist to it is that you have an AI spin, meaning that you can customize your AI bot in that engagement chat to showcase your top priority notifications. So I'll see Ovation's notifications on the top, and then all the BS NFT projects I'm a part of. So that's the best part about it. And you no longer need to scroll through every single Discord channel to figure out which one I need to look at. And last but not least, we have personalized portfolio. That is essentially showcasing your NFTs, your statistics of your NFT wallet, and all that type of stuff. And yeah, that's Ovation in a nutshell.
Nice. So you have all these tools. What's the marketing pitch when you're trying to onboard new users to the platform? Obviously, we have all the competitors out there currently, like X, Discord, and all of these other platforms that you're mentioning that you more or less compare and incubate all into Ovation. But what's that pitch to onboard more users and then hopefully onboard majority like the mass of Web3 users to Ovation rather than staying on these current platforms?
Agreed. And we have four different niches that we target. We have the content creator, we have the projects, we have the daily people, you and me, just dejetting on Twitter.
Yeah,
And last but not least, we have artists. Now each one have their own curated experience on Ovation. So not everyone's UI is going to look the same. That's the coolest
gotcha.
part about it. So projects will have a different UI, artists will have a different UI, and every single part of Ovation caters towards them specifically, and that's how we're able to really grasp their attention and be like, "Hey, I want to get onboarded on Ovation." So currently, we actually have grown our Twitter accounts almost 6,000 followers organically, and if you look at our engagement, we're getting like almost 100 to 200 organic likes. Some people with 100, 200,000 follower accounts still don't get that. On top of, we've sold about 60 founder NFTs at $50 each. Pretty much that gives you first access to Ovation. It gives you free advertisements for 4 weeks, all these different cool benefits. And then last but not least, we have a partner cohort of about 100 people so far, which entails of artists, content creators, Web3 businesses, pretty much everything and everyone in the NFT ecosystem.
Nice. That's very intriguing for most, I'd say, because you're sectoring it off into specific spots for each individual person, whether they're a creator, whether they're an artist, whether they're just a regular DJ in this space. You have something for everybody. How's first? I think I skipped this question in the beginning. How early on into this process of developing Ovation? Like when did Ovation release to the public?
So Ovation currently hasn't released to the public right now.
Okay,
We're
still
working on
new.
our MVP version right now. Yeah. So last year we actually focused on growth and community. Right. We did a lot of user research because we didn't want to build a product and no one wanted it after that.
Yeah,
So we spent last year, I conducted over 300 user interviews with different people, and that's just me as one of the co-founders. My other co-founders have done more, and we talked to every single person and try to figure out what their needs are, from the artist section, from the content creator section, project section, and the regular degen. And we figured out what features they really need. Now we're in the MVP phase and we're looking to launch our first MVP probably by the end of next week. So only our partners and people who hold a founder NFT will have access to this. And we're not rolling everything out at once. We don't want to put all of
yeah.
our eggs into one basket. So we're just launching the personalized portfolio and the following features. So pretty much you create your portfolio, you add your NFTs, you add your experience, all that type of stuff, and just follow people. That's it. Just as the first part of Ovation. Then by NFT NYC, our goal is to have the socialize to earn model. Not specifically you earning money yet, but just so you can start posting, engaging with content, and one by one, we're going to be launching every single feature.
Nice. I think this is a perfect transition into the monetization model. How does Ovation's monetization model work and how does it benefit both the platform and its users? Could you possibly elaborate on the role of your token OVA in the Ovation's ecosystem and how users can earn and utilize this token?
Yeah, I can't. I guess legally, I really can't speak about OVA a lot, but pretty much you're going to be able to earn based off of the algorithm, and the algorithm will entail of different sections, just like Twitter does. So you as a user can actually engage with other people's content and earn money as well. Not only you have to just post content. For example, if your comment on a big person's post gets a lot of views and a lot of likes, you can start earning money based off of that as well. It's based off of how much time you really spent, and obviously there's going to be a max cap so people can't abuse the power of Ovation or the money
Yeah,
that you're earning. Pretty much engaging, clicking the person's profile, following them, we can track all of that, liking it, reposting it, all that type of stuff. Yeah.
nice. So when you say earn money, it's more or less earning the token OVA through the Ovation app.
Yes.
Okay. Just to clarify, because some people might speculate thinking they'd be able to obtain USDC, Solana, Ethereum, whatever it may be. But it's nice to know what you'll be earning. So you'll know necessarily what you can trade it or where you can trade it and what the value may be for that token and whatnot, just to add
Correct.
everything up. I'd love to
Yeah.
dabble into the security of things. How does Ovation ensure the security and authenticity of these NFTs being traded on its platform? And what measures are in place to protect the users at the end of the day?
So I can't really, to be honest, I can't really speak much about security because that's not my field. But one of our
Makes sense.
co-founders, Jack, he is actually a cybersecurity consultant. So
Nice.
he is actually taking care of the entire security side and making sure that you, as a user, aren't attacked or by getting these fake NFT projects and your wallet being completely drained. So the best part is when we have our launchpad, pretty much our marketplace, and you connect your wallet, we're going to make sure every single project that launches on Ovation is going to be vetted by us and checked by our team. So you're not going to be minting some BS project on their random website. You're going to be launching or minting on Ovation itself. So that's going to be the best part in terms of security. Next time, if we speak, I can definitely get one of our co-founders here, and he can speak more about the security side.
Most definitely. Will there be a KYC process for all the projects, or are you open to all different types of creators wanting to build and release projects on Ovation's network?
Yeah, that's I guess it's more of a controversial opinion on my end. I
Yeah,
I
it
don't
is.
think that KYC is I I don't think KYC is really the move. We're decentralized, or we're trying to become a decentralized social platform,
Sure.
and we wanted to be in a way where we just take care of the infrastructure and we don't take care of anything else. Obviously, certain things like explicit pictures and that will all be blocked off, but we just want to take care of the platform and let the platform run on itself. So I don't think that doing KYC would really make sense. But obviously, vetting the project, making sure they have a good track record, all that type of stuff is definitely crucial.
Yeah, I'd say KYC does play a big part into the vetting process, especially whenever, say, there might be malicious users trying to release a collection through Ovation and there's no KYC instilled, and more or less these creators can just run off with the funds, say, if they're able to slide through the weaves and manage to mint a collection through Ovation's app and platform. That's just one of the
Agreed.
big a lot of
Yeah,
launch pads that I speak with. I like to ask that question just to see where their head's at. And it's always very skeptical because it's very decentralized, this ecosystem that we're all building in, for the most part at least. And you
yeah,
want to make sure that security is instilled as much as possible. And it's hard with the decentralized factors and people wanting to stay anonymous as much as possible here and there. But it can play a
yeah.
part in protecting users at the end of the day. Because, say, if there was a KYC instilled, you would have that person's more or less background and identity in the back end where you would be able to track them down and make ends meet where they need to be met.
Agreed. And I feel that kind of falls into the user really needs to know what they're doing as well.
Yeah.
Like in the end, the platform really can't take care of all of the different issues.
Due
Because to
diligence.
be honest, I can go right now, sign into some fake website, and boom, all my ETH is gone. So you
True.
just be really careful. And we can only vet to a certain process. And I would say that for all launch pads and everyone else, you can only check up to a certain extent, and then after that, it's on the user. Yeah.
Yeah, due diligence is definitely key. That's for sure. What excites you the most about everything that you're building out today, Manav?
I honestly, I get that question asked a lot, and there's just a lot of different things. I just want people to be able to understand the value of Ovation and move. Like I want people in the NFT ecosystem to be able to say, "Hey, check out the post that's on Ovation, not Twitter." We understand that Twitter is a huge competitor, and Twitter's trying to achieve the everything app per se. I don't know what really that entails about Elon, but I think that we're so focused in the NFT ecosystem that Twitter really can't replace Ovation or pretty much take over Ovation. It'll take some time and people will eventually move over. I just feel like we need to give them good incentives to do. And currently, if you look at all the social media platforms or decentralized social media platforms right now, they're all just posting. It's just you post and you connect your wallet. That's it. But that's not all to the NFT ecosystem. You need a mint. You need to be engaged in a community. You need to post consistently. There's so many different issues that come within. And there's at least, I would say, probably 10 to 15 different popular social media apps. And if I name a few, I don't know if you even know. Do you know what Lenster or Favor or any of these people are?
No, I've never heard of those.
And surprisingly favors the biggest decentralized social media application in crypto. And Farcaster, friend, I'm sure you heard Friendtech, but Farcaster,
Yeah.
Friendtech, Favor, these are the three most popular ones, and they I think did about $8 to $10 million in their round last year, but no one's heard of them because there's no value in the application. they're getting money thrown at, but what can you do in that app, right? You could just post and earn fake tokens. What's the point of that? So yeah,
Makes sense. What would you consider a fake token?
fake token in the sense like it's just off chain. Like you're just getting like five
Gotcha. Like
tokens a day, and you can yeah, it's just like Discord tokens, pretty much.
so, like free airdrops, pretty much through the platforms and whatnot. Whatever tokens that people want to create. Is that what you're getting at, or is it just like more or less their ecosystem tokens that they reward to the holders and active users on their platform?
Yeah, pretty much like a gamification way, right? You're just getting five tokens a day. It has no value. All you can just give it to certain people. Like you can just give it to certain content creators and boost them pretty much. That's all it does. Why would you do that? And they have their own understanding for that. They obviously didn't raise $8 to $10 million for no reason. But I feel like a lot of these teams aren't living or they aren't understanding the bare bones of the NFT ecosystem. Like, this is an NFT triangle, right? Up top here, you have Bored Ape, Yuga Labs, all these big people. Down here is the degens. And I've been one of those degens, right? I grinded for a year plus trying to get into these NFT projects. I've joined over 100 plus NFT projects. I've lost thousands of dollars in NFTs. And I understand exactly what the NFT user needs. And these top executives in Farcaster Favor and all these different apps, they don't understand what it is to be at the bare bottom. They're all at the top or the mid range. So I think that's the difference that Ovation's team provides compared to theirs.
Makes sense. You're relating those companies and projects to like the corporate side of blockchain tech, the ones who aren't necessarily tapped into the regular day and age people who utilize these platforms and want to utilize them for as long as they possibly can and more or less reap the as much benefit as possible from the platform as well and be rewarded as they deserve equally and equally
Exactly.
at the end of the day.
You have to be inside you need to literally be inside your users perspective. You need to be in their shoes to understand what they really need rather than thinking what you think they need. And that's one of the biggest advice I've gotten by a lot of people. You need to understand what your user needs. And people call me crazy, believe it or not. People call me crazy for being so delved into the user experience, because we've literally figured out every single aspect of innovation based off of the user experience. Will the user like this? Will the user not like this? We've looked at every single aspect and something that a lot of these decentralized apps just don't do.
Nice. And like you already mentioned previously, you've already hosted over hundreds of interviews, not only yourself, but the rest of your team as well, with community members, people looking to utilize your app and platform. And that can really help assure the right direction to take and the right approach to take whenever developing out this app. And what has been a lot, I'm curious to know what has been a lot of that, a lot of the feedback that you've received whenever you interview a lot of these people. What do they really want to see a part of Ovation compared to other platforms? Is it the all in one incubator of all these different social apps, or is it something else?
I think there's been a lot of different feedback.
Yeah.
It ranges from the UI. Oh, this needs to be prettier or needs to be more eye appealing. And I think the biggest thing that a lot of people have brought up to me in these calls is how are you going to be able to sustain three different applications into one? I think that's been the biggest thing, and that's where our go-to-market strategy comes in. We're launching one Easter egg at a time. We're not putting all of our eggs into one basket. Aside from that, I would say honestly, in these interviews, everyone's had a good sentiment,
Yeah.
surprisingly. And I actually want some negative feedback. I want people to give me proper feedback on what's wrong, what's this. But usually, 99% of the time, everyone really loves the idea. And that's why we were able to sell about 60 different NFTs at $50 each. That's about, I don't know, $3,000 or whatever, just off of an idea that we've created and we've sold people on. So I feel like that is something in itself.
Yeah, most definitely. So what's the value proposition behind these NFTs relating to Ovation? And just give me a brief rundown of what the value will be provided.
Yeah. So we have two collections. The second one hasn't launched yet. The first one's called Ovation Founder NFTs. It's a iPhone that has the different components of Ovation rotating, like a 3D version. And we have 200 of them right now, and they cost $50 each. The utility that we provide to these founders is ads, right? One of the biggest thing is ads. We're going to give them 4 weeks of free sponsored ads on Ovation, which has a value cost of about $2,200 in any social media application. So if you were to do a 4 week campaign on Facebook or Twitter, about 2 to 3K it would cost you, and we're providing it for free as long as you believe in us and purchase our NFT. In addition to that, you're also going to get first access to our platform. That means doing user feedback, getting money for doing those user feedbacks and surveys, and also just becoming one of the first accounts. If you haven't realized, the people that joined Twitter like back in 2000, 2008, their accounts are huge
Yeah.
just because they've been growing it since that long. So same way on Ovation, if people start joining in 2024, 20 years down the line, when they look at 2044, so if we're alive by then, people are gonna be like, oh wow, they're like one of the biggest people there, and you can actually monetize your content and monetize your profile itself. People on Twitter right now are charging about a grand, like these big like 500K follower influencers. They're charging about a grand per post just to post about you.
Yeah.
Is that not? That's a lot of
It
money,
is, yeah,
and
and the
that's what we're
conversion's
selling
probably
people
not
on.
there.
It isn't surprisingly, but people still buy it. And that's the idea or we're selling people on. If you get in early, you'll reap the benefits.
Makes sense. The ads is a really cool idea, but comparing it to a platform like Facebook, where you might be spending 2 to 3 grand on the same amount of ad exposure, uh, with Facebook specifically, and comparable to X as well, the amount of reach you are able to obtain off of these platforms compared to, say, a startup like Ovation is so much greater and larger compared to like
Mhm.
Ovation currently speaking in its infancy. Going after those platforms and marketing through Facebook and maybe X as well, you're going to be able to, I guess, I hate to not necessarily, I'm getting all
No, go
not
ahead. Go
necessarily
ahead.
confused. Yeah, I know, but so not necessarily, more or less. With Facebook and X, you're able to target specific audiences. With Ovation, it's all Web3 users. So it makes sense more that I think about it deeper about like how marketing through Ovation might bring more benefits and value at the end of the day because you're only focusing on Web3 users, people already incubated into this ecosystem and have a knowledge base rather than going through, say, Facebook or X, and you see these users who more than likely have no real idea of what cryptocurrency may be and have no real understanding of what NFTs use cases can be, and
Exactly.
anything relating to NFTs and crypto. Most of those users on Facebook and X are out of the loop, really.
Yeah, people are Web3 businesses are spending about. I would say it take. This is not like Coinbase. Coinbase, I would say, is more Web2. Like they're trying to promote to the Web2
Yeah,
crowd, but because us Web3 users really don't use Coinbase,
yeah,
we're
true.
using other stuff. I would say Web3 startups like blockchain specific, crypto, NFT specific people, if they launch on Instagram or Facebook, NFT projects have done that in 2021. They spent hundreds of thousands of dollars, and where did that get them? Yeah, I got them a sold out mint, but what with what? Like Web2 users? The
Yeah,
project's
true.
dead now, right? $1 million, complete project was rugged, and they left because the project had no sustainability because they had Web2 users, and those Web2 users didn't even know how to work a MetaMask wallet.
Yeah, they're not
So
knowledgeable.
when you're spending that same money on a Web3 platform catering towards Web3 specific users, your money is much more well spent, 90% more. And in Facebook, if you've ever done Facebook ads, so I used to be in marketing in the Web2 world when I was younger, and I did it for smaller businesses. And I was able to figure out a specific area, like 20 to 25-year olds that just got married. They make about 100K a year combined. And I don't know, they live in, let's say, Grapeville, Texas, right? I can like go into that area and market it to those people specifically. Now, same way
Yeah,
you can do that on Ovation with just wallet statistics, and Twitter really does not help you in that sense.
that's a
So
good point.
it's going
Yeah,
to be a
Facebook
whole
ad managers.
evolution.
Yeah, Facebook ad managers definitely does help really dissect the exact target audience that you really want, like you were mentioning with that specific area and demographic down in Texas. I'm curious to know now about more relating to the personalized portfolio feature and how it really helps
Mhm.
users showcase and track their NFT investments and what data points are included with that.
Yeah. So the personalized portfolio is for you. You don't need to showcase everything. It can be private. It can be hidden. Whatever you want. But people want to showcase their NFTs. People want to showcase their whole big BAYC collection, Doodles collection, all that type of stuff. We're gonna make it in a way definitely where you don't need to like have your ledger connected to our thing and Ovation has access to it because that's a security risk, right? But
Yep.
we're gonna figure out a feature where we're gonna be able to verify that you own that BAYC, and after we double check it, you can showcase it on your Ovation portfolio. In addition to that, you're going to be able to connect multiple wallets from different chains, and you can see your total overall NFT statistics. Okay, in the last year, Tate, between your Arbitrum, Aptos, ETH, Solana, and Cosmos wallet, you have about 50 grand in NFTs. You lost 90% of it, and you only have about 5 grand left. You can see the chart, the statistics on it. Think of TradingView, but like just for your NFT portfolio, and you're going to see where your portfolio is diversified: 20% art, 30% monkeys, 40% community, and then 10% metaverse. So it's going to be a full detailed wallet, and you're going to be able to see every single small detail of all the NFT wallets that you have. So that's going to be the best part about it.
Nice. So, what are the main chains that you plan on integrating to Ovation in the early stages once you release the beta app?
Yeah, so we're working with, or we're planning to work with this one L1 in Cosmos to get started with. So
Archway?
if you, yeah, we're planning to work with Archway. Yeah.
Nice.
So the issue is with launching on Eve or Polygon or Arbitrum or Avalanche, any of these, they're big, they're huge, hundreds of millions of dollars, and they're backed, and there are other decentralized social media applications backed by them. So we feel that since Cosmos doesn't have a native Web3 social platform for daily Cosmos users to engage and interact in, why not launch Ovation on Archway and eventually expand into the Cosmos ecosystem to become the dominant Web3 platform in the Cosmos? And then eventually we're going to move on. We're going to work with Les Protocol, try to connect with them in the Polygon EVM side, and then Solana and all these different chains. But we feel like starting in a smaller area, conquering, and then moving on instead of going into a big battlefield with all these warriors and then your head's gonna get sliced off right away because we don't have crazy amount of fun. We're completely bootstrapped. So it's all coming from our co-founder pockets, and it's just honestly just not possible. It's not a smart decision to make. Yeah.
Most definitely. The reason why I knew it was Archway right out the gates is I've seen a lot of your recent content engagement on X, and a lot of it is Archway related right now with those Archie NFTs and whatnot. But about a month ago, I hosted one of the core contributors to Archway, Crypto Chem, and it was a great show with him as well. And it's nice to see that you're going to be integrating Ovation and the app into the Cosmos hub and the ecosystem around Cosmos and starting with Archway, as I think Cosmos is a really sustainable chain that it constantly continues to grow very fast and has really all the different, it really has the sky's the limit, really. Actually, more or less, the galaxy is the limit in Cosmos' case, where all of these different developers are branching outward across the Cosmos hub, whether it be
Yeah.
any of the tokens that they release a project or build a new app on, it's all incubated in Cosmos at the end of the day. And so seeing you're starting out with Archway is just reassuring for my sake because I know how well Archway is built. I know the people behind it. And at the end of the day, it's a great start. And then branching out to places like all the ones you've already mentioned, it just sees that it makes me feel as if this is a very promising, viable product rather than starting on, say, Ethereum and more or less,
Yeah.
like you said, getting your head chopped off to all of the big competitors and more or less
Exactly. And
fees and unsustainability.
yeah, exactly. It's definitely going to be a struggle to get our community to move from the EVM chain to Cosmos, but they've been believing in us for past year. So I definitely think they're going to bridge over to Archway. And Archway is also launching their NFT ecosystem. So they're working on that right now. So we're planning to launch it with them simultaneously to become like the first NFT super app on Cosmos and
Nice.
conquer that area and then move on. So we have credibility. Hey, I know Favor, Friendtech, and Farcaster. I know you guys got the EVM chain. All right, we've conquered the Cosmos chain. Then we can finally leverage that with investors, VCs, and be like, look, we have a plan, we have a team. Let us move on to Solana, let us move on to EVM, and you back us up. So yeah.
Smart approach, Manav, most definitely. Can you discuss the role of Ovation Hub in fostering community and communication among NFT enthusiasts and how it enhances the user experience?
Yeah, so this goes into Discord, right? Like I mentioned before,
Yeah.
as a new user, you go into a Discord project, at least 20 to 25 different channels, and you get really overwhelmed. Because I genuinely was very overwhelmed when I saw that many different channels. So, what you're going to be able to do is just see the 5 to 10 main channels and then see your top notifications based off of your customization with the AI bot. For you, for example, say you're working on Ovation, so your Ovation Discord notifications are going to, or sorry, your Ovation Hubs notifications are going to be popping up first rather than all these different NFT projects that you're a part of, which makes your life much easier to prioritize what you need to see and what you don't need to see. And that is definitely going to be a unique feature for all users in the NFT ecosystem because everyone deals with this on a daily basis. From the daily degens to the big shot CEOs, everyone deals with it. So I think that's going to be a big game changer in terms of how community engagement is going to look like. And another thing that's going to be cool is we're going to have our own verification system. So instead of having to add on Collab Land or Vulcan or all that type of stuff for verification, Ovation is going to check, okay, do you have a BAYC? If you do, we'll put you right into the BAYC Discord without you having to go join it. So it's all automated for you. So the second you buy it, boom, we'll send you to the Discord channel. You're in it. You're in the holders chat, and you can start talking to people.
Nice.
Simple as that.
Do you think you'll be able to onboard BAYC to Ovation?
Fingers crossed.
Any connection already built up on that, or is it just an idea?
It's an idea, but we're working with smaller projects right now. It doesn't. We've tried. We would try honestly, and like working with like Invisible Friends or someone like that. But we gotta definitely work our way up and not rush too fast. Because even if you look at Twitter, Twitter took a while to get built out. It only blew up in a conference where they had, I believe, some advertisements or something, and it blew up from that conference itself. So hopefully NFT NYC is our next big game changer.
Yeah, most definitely. Where do you see Ovation in the years to come? And with an inevitable bull run on the way, how do you plan on onboarding those masses to Ovation? I'm assuming NFT NYC will play a factor with grasping a lot of exposure from all these different ecosystems and builders out there, and hopefully find some seed investors and whatnot to help expedite and push this project forward into your liking.
Definitely. In terms of investors, we're trying to stay bootstrapped. We don't want to. It just honestly depends where we're at. But currently, we're staying bootstrapped, trying to earn revenue first, so that we can prove to different investors that we're capable of building out this product ourselves. And then, in terms of how I see Ovation in the upcoming years, I honestly do see it as the next, like, the Web3 social super app, not NFT. It's going to be all things crypto, NFT, DeFi, GameFi, every single thing you could possibly think about in the Web3 space is going to be on Ovation eventually. But we're starting off in a smaller niche because we know that you can't. You have to dream small and then keep on working up your dreams and then get to the final stage. And our final stage, yes, it'll be everyone will know about Ovation. Anyone that is in the Web3 space will know the name Ovation. Yeah.
I hope so. Any closing thoughts? It's been a pleasure speaking with you today, Manav.
Yeah, no, it was great. It's been a while since I've been on a podcast and talked about Ovation. Loved being here and look forward to doing another conversation with you in upcoming months or later in the year.
Most definitely. And with that being said, all of Ovation's links will be down below. If you enjoyed today's podcast, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you all next episode.
Ready to transform your learning experience? Step into the future with the Learn to Earn platform on Hedera. Choose how you learn: academic books in hard copy or NFT form. That's right, NFTs. Whether you prefer the traditional feel or a digital interactive journey, the choice is yours. Dive into the NFT, not just for the book, but for all the tools you need for success. Download the book, access tests, all within a seamless, immersive interface. Forget traditional logins. Simply scan the QR code, connect to our platform, and start your Learn to Earn journey. Pass your tests and watch your success turn into real rewards with Gcoin, our exclusive digital currency. Imagine learning at your own pace, acing exams, and reaping tangible benefits. It's not just education, it's a transformative journey towards success. Join the future of learning at gilmore-estates.net. Scan, learn, earn. It's that simple, and it's revolutionary.